said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous. And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And, G.A., he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
Well, his effort has never been a question mark. He is an incredibly self-motivated player.
Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Here's Whiteside, and the rejection by Love. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to the Wizards.
How about the shooting percentage, though? In the low 30s. That tells you all you need to know.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. To shoot that poorly, you almost have to try to miss. Shoot that poorly. Rarely do you see numbers like that at the NBA level.
The drive by Green. Mozgov with the block. Here's Dragic. That's good. Dragic has got his first 2 points of the night.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Got that bucket in no time at all. For Miami, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Right now we're going to go to Doris Burke, who spoke with head coach Eric Spoelstra. What'd you find out, Doris?
Yes, Kevin, he said their focus has to be on the defensive end of the floor, going up against a team that's so crafty offensively. He said we can't have that many lapses because they will take advantage. Guys, we'll see how they do. Back to you.
Great stuff, Doris. Thanks. It sounds like the most important number for them today is opposing shooting percentage.
As it should be. I mean, this is an opponent that can go through some very hot stretches with the ball. So they've got to do what they can to limit those opportunities.
Yeah, and from what Coach was saying, guys, I mean, he knows that. They should play some suffocating D today if he got his message across.
And for Gerald Green, another productive year last season coming off the bench. Though it was a smaller role, a small step back from the season before when he started over half the games for the Suns.
Well, there was a log jam in Phoenix at the wing position last season. He certainly matured, though, as he never complained about not starting, just went out and did his job.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Josh McRoberts has checked in for Bosch. Winslow comes in for Gerald Green. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Dwayne Wade. Right side a screen. Dragic kicks to Whiteside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Tristan Thompson.
For Gerald Green, it's hard to not think about the star that could have been. The 18th pick in the 2005 draft, right out of high school. It was basically athleticism and upside in his game then. He's finally made it in the NBA now, but has improved with skills and guile in place of explosiveness.
James Jones, who's checked in for James. And the basket by Jones.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Right side, no good.
And talking about Gerald Green, it seems like he's been in the league forever. But he was only 29 years old last season. By and large, he's avoided major injury, so he's still got plenty of tread left on those tires if he wants to keep going at it for a little while longer.
Now here's Johnson. Defense is right there. Out to the wing. There's Dragic with the 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
Outstanding perimeter defense there. That was a well-contested shot.
Yeah, and you know he takes a lot of pride in his defense. There are no easy threes if he's on you.
Jones, no luck.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that. Move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Winslow, the pass to McRoberts. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Winslow, that time on the assist by Whiteside.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Three-pointer, Dellavedova, no good. Now the Heat take it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that that one got away from them, because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, if you only looked at the stat sheet, you'd have a hard time figuring out how they lost it. I mean, it was a case of a few small things, some of the intangibles that didn't go their way in the end.
That's good.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
The Cavaliers again can't hit. Johnson dishes to Dragic. That doesn't go on the chance to tie. Both teams have it going here. And a chance to hear from LeBron James as he talked about the challenge of remaining calm and
For me, at a younger age, I was never even keel. We would win a playoff game when I was younger. I was excited out of my mind, and then you would lose, and I was the worst person in the world. But I think at this point in my career, I kind of stay even. One game shouldn't affect the next game. You know, you go out and play as hard as you can, live with the results.
Again, just another part of the maturation process for LeBron. He's become such the consummate pro.
Yeah, he really has been. It's amazing to see the pressure he's dealt with and the way he's handled it with that even-keeled nature. You know, he's as solid and steady as they come at this point in his career. Nothing phases him, nothing rattles him.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. What stands out to you from the Cavaliers in this one?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Yeah, it's due to their hustle, as you said, Greg, and it's showing up on the scoreboard, too.
Johnson is out there with Dwayne Wade. Then there's Gerald Green. Then there's Josh McRoberts. And it's Bosh in at the force line. That's the group in the game for the Heat. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, you know, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Oh, well said.
Thank you.
Score the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Well, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points from close range. So I'd have to agree with you, partner. And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
You know, it was a bit of a roller coaster year for Mo Williams. I mean, he had that 50-point breakout game, but then later traded away to the Hornets.
LeBron, he's checked in for Jefferson. The drive by Wade. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Shot's good. And of course, Mo Williams, Clark, shipped to the Hornets for their playoff push and helped out there.
I thought overall, Kevin, Mo had a really strong year given his age. Probably his most productive season since his early 20s.
Green, LeBron with the block. Now Cleveland moving it up. Lets the 3 fly, and another 3 for Cleveland. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Cleveland.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And here are the Heat now. 6-point game. On the wing, Green. Shot clock at 5. They double him with LeBron. The Heat need to get a shot off. And again, it's the Heat missing. And here's Cleveland. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. Smith, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of their last 12 points that have come off assists.
Here's James. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
The Heat making a switch here. Dragic has checked in. Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, that's a natural progression for any player,
Sure.
even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
Here's Mozgov. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They are really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
The defensive backboard has been controlled. They have not allowed a lot of second chances. It's been about one and done for the most part. And I'm not talking about leaving college.
Yeah, I know you're not. That's a bunch of good rebounding taking place there, boy.
Love kicks to Smith. That falls. Great assist by Love. And now it's a 9-point Cavalier lead.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
He's really stepped it up this quarter. Looks like he's determined to get them out of this hole all by himself. Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, you hope that's not indicative of the type of D they're going to play, because if they do, they're going to have struggles with him tonight.
Smith for 3. Count the bucket. Smith's got 7 points in the game.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Dragic the pass to Green. They set the pick. And McRoberts kicks to Green. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Green's got his second bucket of the game to go.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
It's Dragic with the drive, and that one's good. Wade's got his first points of the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
And guys, Gerald Green looked to be out of the NBA at one point in his career, but since coming back from Russia, he has completely reinvented himself as a player.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Whiteside's checked in for Josh McRoberts, and Winslow subbed in for Gerald Green. The Heat trail by 6. The dish to Whiteside. Pass to Winslow from outside the arc. No luck.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
Jefferson kicks to Dellavedova. The shot will not go. Some solid defense from Bosch. And for Gerald Green, and him reinventing himself, really was just known as a dunker before heading overseas.
You know, Kevin, he came back with a better shot and a better understanding of how to win as a player. Strange to think that there was a time that he couldn't find a way onto an NBA roster.
Thompson against Wade. Three-pointer, Dellavedova, and that one's good. Dellavedova's got his first 3 points of the game.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Kicks to Whiteside. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Got it! Got it! What a shot!
Nice shot there without a second to spare.
You know, as a defending team in that situation, it really irks you to give up a shot like that to close out the quarter. You know, oftentimes those end-of-quarter points can be the difference in a ball game.
And so we conclude the first half. Cavaliers lead by 11. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach, with this type of ball game, what needs to happen in order for you to pull out a win tonight?
Well, we have to play through some of the tough times.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 2-point lead. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan has the call.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but you know, anything can happen. You look at Chris Bosh in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
I agree with you, Greg. Judicious shot selection. All of his looks were good looks.
So on the floor for Cleveland. Down low, it's Love and Mozgov. J.R. Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. And it's Williams at the 1. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And now one spot the Cavs did struggle with last year was help off the bench. They were last in the league in bench scoring.
Cavs not scoring with a lot of their bench. A big part of that is they just didn't go to their bench very often.
Well, you talk about the Cavs and the bench near the bottom in total bench minutes played. The bench didn't have a lot of firepower, didn't shoot the ball well, and considering they got limited minutes, oftentimes struggled to find any kind of rhythm out there.
Stolen by Bosh. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. Right side, good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
To the inside, Bosh. That's in, coming off an assist from Dragic. Dragic has got his 8th assist here tonight.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
And the rejection by Love. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. A different look for Miami. Josh McRoberts comes in for Chris Bosh. And it's Tyler Johnson in for Dwayne Wade. And the foul on Mo Williams. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Dragic. Easy layup after coming off the pick. Dragic has got his second basket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. The Heat trail by 5. Over in the corner, Green. And the shot falls short this time. Well, we know the Mozgov started last season with the Nuggets and then was traded to Cleveland midway through the season.
And what an impact he made on the Cleveland Cavaliers, particularly at the defensive end. His size and his activity really helped the Cavs become outstanding at the defensive end.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Jones checked in for Cleveland.
And credit to the Cavs for going out and getting Mozgov. I mean, they paid a hefty price giving up the 2 first-rounders, but thus far he's proved to be worth it.
Johnson attacking. Can't connect from 13 feet out.
Solid job by them on the glass here tonight. +8 in rebound.
You know what? That rebound has always been a critical element of the game, and that's why they are now understanding how to win. And the Mozgov trade, guys, for the Cavs, I think can be viewed as their big turning point in the season. He completely changed the defense of their team. He was that missing piece of the puzzle. And that put back about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08, and really he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And the shot is good. And it's 7 points for Goran Dragic.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Jones, that's for 2. That falls. Great assist by Love. Love's got 3 assists in the game. The Heat trail by 10. Johnson outside. The feed to Dragic. Drops in the layup for 2. Dragic has got 9 points.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead. Seems to me as though he's lost his way a little bit in the second half. He'd been turnover-free before the break. That's certainly not the case anymore.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. Wade comes in for Goran Dragic. Cleveland also making some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Love. Jefferson comes in for LeBron. And it's Jared Cunningham in for James. Jones. The Cavaliers leading by 8. Thompson with it. Now guarded by Winslow. Cunningham dishes it to Jefferson. Once again off the mark by Cleveland. The Heat have gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Johnson outside. He kicks it to Bosh. Can't hit. Good D by Thompson.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Goes up again. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. Cleveland shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
Only shooting 71 really on the season, so there is plenty of room for improvement.
You know, they've really put themselves behind the 8 ball in so many of their games because they just have not been able to knock down those foul shots.
Here's McRoberts. Nice D from Varejao.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. The Cavaliers leading by 11. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the fourth quarter. And for Miami, looking who they've got out there. The big men are Bosh and Whiteside. D-Wade out there with Green, and it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. And it's Wade penetrating. He got right to the cup using that screen.
And that's exactly what they need to do right now. I mean, just attack the basket. And, hey, if you get fouled, maybe you get some free throws out of it.
Here's Jefferson, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Cleveland?
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
Goran Dragic is checked in for Miami. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year. And as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
The Cavaliers making a switch here. James is checked in. And he sinks the second.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Green. Misses off the left iron.
Oof, rough shooting night tonight, but you can't fault him for the effort.
Mozgov kicks to Love. Buries it from 3-point range. Love's got the lead up to 13 now for the Cavs.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. So only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
I tell you what, you got to love his aggressiveness finishing inside like that.
Well, his leaping ability, Clark, gives him a great advantage.
And that's why they look to get him the ball around the rim. It's either a dunk or free throws every time.
We've gone about a minute and a half into the 4th quarter. Timeout called, the Heat. Cavs were poised to make a huge run last year in the playoffs, swept the Celtics in the first round, but it cost them.
Yeah, and even though they did get that sweep, they lose Kevin Love for the rest of the way, and that put a big hurdle in their quest for the title.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He was not at all satisfied with their effort levels, saying, we're losing the hustle plays and all the 50-50 balls. We simply can't win that way. We've got to get after it. Let's see how they respond, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thank you very much.
No denying it, injuries were a big part of the storyline in the Cavs postseason. Fortunately, LeBron James was otherworldly after the first round. Took care of the Bulls, then went on to sweep the Hawks to get back to the finals. You might not think of him as a laser three-point shooter, but that shot was there for him, and he had to take it.
And the Cavaliers call time here.
And for the Cavs last season, their toughest test would be in the finals against the Warriors. Like every other team, they just couldn't handle the Warriors for a full series. A great run to the finals, and surely they'll want to return there this season. Boy, this game has really started to heat up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, I tell you what, I don't mind it. You don't either, it sounds like. Good offense is entertaining. And forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark? Brilliant throwdown.
Just exerting his authority on that play.
Shots good by Williams.
And this is someone that can really hurt you from long range. He did that to a degree in the first half, and he's doing it now.
And Chris Bosh with the slam.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And it's slammed in by Whiteside.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
The Heat trail by 9. Passes to Wade. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Greg, and that's been the key to this lead. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
Williams for three. Here's Mozgov, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
And the jam by Whiteside.
Sheer, unadulterated power right there. I mean, he ripped it down with both hands.
Absolutely. A resounding dunk.
Just a take-no-chance slam by the big fella. Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And J.R. Smith picks up the foul.
Well, with Steve Kerr and Jason Kidd both coming with no coaching experience over the last few seasons and also having success, I don't know, guys. Maybe we should throw our hat in the ring, but pretty impressive stuff.
That's not for me to do. I've already determined I don't want to coach for a paycheck, even if it is a big one.
On defense, Cleveland. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And he gets it to go. You know, you look at the coaching success for both Jason Kidd and Steve Kerr, both with long playing careers, championship experience on their resumes. Steve, in fact, Clark even had some time in the front office with Phoenix.
And don't forget about his broadcasting career either, Kevin. I mean,
That's right.
I think in both cases, though, you look at these two guys, they were able to come in and have immediate credibility with their teams, and their playing experience part of their preparation for being coaches. What a performance. Just look at the game for Dragic. He has 9 points, and the assist numbers, tremendous.
His court vision is on par with anybody. I mean, he could not pass the ball any better than he is right now.
And Goran Dragic drops them both.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That's exactly when you need to be aggressive, Greg. You know that. I mean, another good job, though, of drawing contact and getting to the free throw line. He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Timeout called, the Heat. They trail by 10. 1:16 left in the fourth quarter. .116 left to play in the final quarter. The drive by Wade. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Mozgov with the bucket.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for the Cavaliers.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And so this will now translate to 14 wins on the season.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Heat.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for James. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel. And the fans already heading for the exits, clearly not pleased with the way things turned out today.
Well, Greg, this was a well-deserved win. I mean, they came into this building and acted like it was their home turf. I mean, they were the ones calling the shots and controlling everything.
Winslow, the pass to Udrich. Tries again, and the layup good by Winslow.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And here's James outside, and the shot is good. And the Cavaliers lead by 11.
I don't want to say they're trying to run up the score here, but they do keep adding to the lead.
Well, I know you don't want to say it, but I will, partner. I mean, they're trying to run the score up here. It's plain and simple. They're trying to throw salt all in that wound.
Here's Dellavedova. No good there. we see the Cavaliers get the win here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
LeBron, they made a great run, but you were able to hold on. How did you do it?
Just try to keep attack, try to get to the free throw line, stop the clock, put pressure on their defense, and just try to keep as much pressure on them as possible. You know, this is the new season, and we came in and took care of the job on the road, and hopefully we continue to get better.
LeBron, congratulations. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, Clark Kellogg, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. Now it's time to head back to the studio with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan. LeBron James. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
We all know, anytime you got LeBron James on the floor, he's going to bring that will to win. He has so many tools in his arsenal he can throw at you, not to mention his defense. Literally, any night he can take over a game. Tonight we saw King James exert his will in the game.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For